Hello, fellow Star Trek fans. My name is Brent Justice, and welcome to my channel. It's time for another 10-minute review of Star Trek Picard. So this is Star Trek Picard, Season 1, Episode 2, Maps and Legends. By the way, there will be spoilers in this video, so spoilers. That is your warning to back out. All right, well, let's talk about this episode, everyone. This is my 10-minute review. Hopefully, I'll keep this within 10 minutes, maybe even shorter. We will see, because there's not a ton to talk about with this new episode. And the general gut feeling I got from this episode after watching it was that it was a bit slow and boring. I wouldn't say I was bored to be like uninterested, but I was just kind of bored in the sense that things were dragging out and it was very quiet, not a lot of things happening. Generally, that's okay, but it just felt like there were some instances, some pacing that could have been improved in this episode. It definitely felt different from the first episode. Like there was a lot more action in the first episode, and it felt like things were really moving in the first episode. We learned a ton of information in the first episode. A lot of things happened. Daj died. We found out she had a twin. We found out she's Data's essence or whatever. I mean, so many reveals in the first episode that the second one left a lot of emptiness there. But there were still some very interesting things and things we did learn in the second episode that I liked. Generally, I liked the episode. I would not say that it was a bad episode for me at all. Let's just start off right at the beginning. We start with the Mars rebellion of the synths. There's a couple of things I want to say about that. My first thought that hit me was, okay, there's synths that they're using as labor. My question is there not enough Starfleet personnel that to do labor? I mean, things should be easier in the future with all the tools they have, all the automation, all the replicators, industrial-sized replicators, all the things they have. Is there really not enough human? And then you've got aliens. You got not just Earth, but you've got the entire federation of alien species out there in the Federation. Is that not enough of a workforce that you need synthetics to do work? Can you not employ more people? I don't know. So anyway, I got that question. And then the second question I have is, what happened to the holograms? Remember the very first hologram, Picard, what's his name? The actor's name. You know, I totally forgot the actor's name, but you know who I'm talking about. The doctor from Voyager was Robert Picardo. Isn't that his name? What happened to the holograms that they used back then? Remember, his face was used as the Mark I or whatever holograms of that era as a workforce. Well, what happened to using holograms as a workforce? Why did they go from hologram to synthetic? Holograms surely would be less destructible because it's just a light emitted. A synthetic can be destroyed. You can destroy the brain, you can destroy the body, but a hologram can't be destroyed. A hologram would be a lot more capable to be in rough situations and not get hurt. So why did they go from using holograms to synthetics? That doesn't make sense to me. It looked like they were on a path at the end of Voyager to have a synthetic, not just workforce, but lives, hologram lives. So why synthetics all of a sudden? So I'm wondering if there's a reason for that or if that's just an oversight. Second, Mars base didn't look quite Starfleet and Federation to me. It looked very Discovery-esque. It was like the Discovery aesthetic. Very dark. Now, I know it's Mars. I know it's a red planet, but it looked very dark to me, and it looked like not the bright white Federation and Starfleet buildings that we know, which is very odd to me because we're talking Mars here. This should be the pinnacle of Earth technology on Mars, the pinnacle of Starfleet and the Federation. So why does it look like it's Discovery kind of aesthetic, Why doesn't it look like more Federation? And then so was that. But we learned about that little rebellion there, and that was cool. That was neat to learn about that. I enjoyed that. We saw Starfleet in this series. Since I'm already talking about the aesthetic of Starfleet, we saw Starfleet, which was good. But we see Discovery shuttles. Again, this is the pinnacle of Starfleet. This is their best technology. This is their best foot forward, and they're still using Discovery shuttles in Starfleet. No, these should be post-TNG, post-Nemesis, TNG plus era shuttles. Period. End of story. Let's not go there anymore. We've been there. Let's not go there. Moving on. Well, we learn a lot. The little hologram thing that the Romulan did to kind of recreate the scene in the apartment, that was neat. That was a neat little touch. I did enjoy that. I can buy that because we're 20 years in the future. So I can buy that. I can also buy that, the Commodore's assistant, who I guess is a Romulan spy, can appear as a hologram to the other Romulan on the Borg cube. Again, we're 20 years plus of Nemesis. So that makes sense. See, that kind of stuff makes no sense in Discovery, but it makes sense here in Picard. It fits the time period, so I can buy that. I got no problem with that stuff. That was cool. I'm trying to move through. There's so much that happened. I'm trying to remember everything. You know what? I think in the future I need to write down my thoughts, because I am forgetting all the things I wanted to say. I may have to pause this video and actually go look back and see some things that I had forgotten, because there are a lot of things there. I liked what Dodge is doing in the Borg cube. They're studying the cube. They're studying the Borg. They've never made the Borg look more scary than it does right now. They've never made a Borg cube look as big as it does right now. The Borg are scary once again. Big, powerful. And you get that sense of danger on the Borg cube, and I love that. That is so impressive to me that they've been able to pull that off here. They make it feel real, and I love that. That is good stuff. I love the fact that we're talking a lot about Maddox. Bruce Maddox. Maybe he'll show up later in the series. Wouldn't that be incredible? Who thought that he would play a big part in the future? We never really thought that he would. We never saw him again. Data reported all of his life things to him, but we never saw him again. But now here he is. He's actually playing a part. What a cool storyline. What else do we have? We have I love the woman from the Daystrom Institute. I don't know her name. I have forgotten it. But the one who's working with Picard, she's great. She's really great. I like her character a lot. I liked it when Picard put on the communicator. Boom, there it is, the old communicator, even with the gray tunic underneath. Didn't understand what he said, though, when he was hailing. He was like hailing someone, said, "Hey, I need a ship." Who was he hailing? What name did he say? I couldn't understand what he said there. I like the design on everybody. The Romulan makeup and everything looks good. Different races of Romulans, so they would look different. We saw some Trill. We saw, different species. I think there could be more of a variety, but I think they're doing a pretty good job for sure. Budgets and all that. The twist at the end, the Commodore being a Romulan spy, and then she's got an assistant who has her ears covered or manipulated to look human, and she's a Romulan spy. Great stuff. It makes sense, too, that the Romulans would be doing something like that, right? The Tal Shiar. They talked about the Tal Shiar. And then they talked about a secret group beyond that that's even more clandestine. So cool. Good stuff. I've probably forgotten a ton of stuff, to be honest. But we're coming up on 10 minutes, and I want to end the video because I want to keep these videos right at 10 minutes for you all so you can get my initial opinions. I think I am going to have to do breakdown videos on this because I'm just finding that 10 minutes is not long enough. I'm forgetting things, and I'm not remembering everything I want to talk about. So I think I'm going to start breaking down in a separate video each of these videos with some pictures to go along with it. So I think I'll do that in the future. But anyway, it's 10 minutes now. I know I'm going over my 10 minutes. I apologize. I'm going to end the video here and say that this was another good episode in Picard, and I love where it's headed, and I like the stuff we're learning. I'm actually optimistic for the show, other than some of the Discovery aesthetic that I see in there and the shuttles. Put that stuff aside, though, and this is really good stuff. So I look forward to that. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry it went over 10 minutes. I'm going to have to do a different kind of video in the future because there's just so much to talk about. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments as well of this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Check out Twitter at Brent_Justice for updates. You can follow me there. Also, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brent Justice. This helps support the channel and also allows me to publish more and more videos.